Whoa, what are those? What are those pink
Pink
motherfuckers?
motherfuckers.
Here at the Joe Vore Podcast, we are honored to be presented by Step One Underwear. Let me just say this. You do not become the world's most prolific Uber driver and podcast host without being cool and comfortable. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description below, grab yourself a pair, and discover a whole new life of comfort and style. Enjoy the show.
Oh, that Charlie story is unbelievable.
I mean,
Unbelievable.
he
That's the
just
most
had
Charlie thing ever.
he had his head down for probably, who knows, probably 3 hours, probably missed all of the morning classes. Just looks up, he goes, "Whew, that was a bitch just to copy." Fucking, I mean,
Oh, and it's the Lexington High School in itself just didn't. They prepared you really well for some things, but I never got held accountable for. It was so obvious when I was stuff like that happens. Like we were sitting in guidance in office count like offices, and I would be sitting there side by side with homework that I didn't do. And
yeah,
if I had the excuse, oh, I had sports last night, okay, instantly you're good. Or oh, you just said I just couldn't do it. There's like, okay, whatever. I never got in trouble. Never.
never.
And I do remember that feeling of like, oh, it's right before class. You're in the class before the class. You're like, I didn't do my homework, and then you look at somebody like, I need that homework, and you're sitting there rushing through it. And that same thing. Oh man, I can't believe I did that so well. That was tough.
Or like literally Mr. Roggio's class, like he would just walk by and like look at your homework to see, and you could just write anything you want. I'm pretty sure I did half my assignments in English. He goes,
Oh yeah.
Jose, muy
Bueno.
bien, muy bien. Like what? Like I just wrote like, I'm gonna kill
yeah.
LeBron. How dare he leave us? And
Oh
he,
yeah. Oh yeah.
muy bien, muy bien.
Oh, I had him for freshman year,
Yeah,
freshman year and junior year. So
yeah.
I had him for Spanish 2 and 4. In my first day in there, everybody's picking their names. Everybody thinks, oh,
Oh, no.
Mateo. He knows my name. He's like, oh, Mateo. I'm like, no, you're gonna call me Fidel. And he called me Fidel for the rest of the year. And I'm sitting there thinking I'm like that. I was like, I did that with the most worst intentions of I wanted to be called Fidel Castro.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what are some of these people thinking, letting just this stuff slide? But that's just the typical,
Yeah.
Mansfield, small town Ohio, where just
Yep.
nobody really gives a shit. You just go up, you
No.
do your thing, nobody cares. Tommy had him call him El Rey, which means the king. He just wanted to be called the king, and so he calls him El Rey.
I was I remember I would go, and because Paul had him first period our freshman year, and I'd go and like say what's up to Paul. And I remember one time in Spanish he had annual written, which is I don't think it has two N's like it does in English. It's like ANUAL.
Oh
And I
yeah,
just erased one of
put
the
anal.
letters. So I just erased one of the letters, so it said anal, and he was just sitting at his desk, and I just walked out. I was a freshman. What kind of balls were on me? I was barely 14 years old. Or 13. I don't even know how old I was. And I was
Yeah,
going up there and just, yeah. How's an anal to start your morning? It's 7:17.
he probably looked at his finger and went, "Oh."
He's like, oh, Jose, ja, 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 ja.
It's like, oh, that would just, and especially I think about the things that I said and did in high school that just would not fly in today's world. They would
No,
not fly. It's just, you'd pick on people, you'd say words just to say them. And now in today's world, you can get in big trouble for stuff like that. And I think it's gotten even worse. Like our parents' generation, smoking a cigarette, that everybody copied it. You're smoking a fag. In today's day, and the English still say that, but now, like, if you'd say that now and somebody heard it wrong, like your entire life can turn upside down.
yeah, no,
Just
no
for
doubt about that.
Well, it's like even you said back to it, like people dressed up as Halloween, which don't get me started on Halloween.
Oh,
You know what the number one costume is for kids? Pirates. Do you know what pirates do to people? Do you know what
yeah.
a pirate
Smalley
does to
Pirates.
people?
Remember we were in talking about Barb to the Smalley Pirate?
Oh yes, the old Somali pirates that was going on right then and there. Yeah,
Yeah.
pirates are literally rape, pillage, and kill for fun. but we'll
Yes.
dress up as that. We'll dress up as that.
Yeah.
But heaven forbid you
Think
dress
about
up as
this. Speaking of Halloween, are we in junior high? We might have been in junior high. Paul and Joey Zahn come over to my place to hand out candy and hang out for Halloween. Paul is dressed up, and Susan and Rob completely approved this, got him this stuff. He is dressed up with a camo jacket, a Obama mask, a toilet paper turban, and a toy AK-47, walking around the neighborhood, basically dressed up as Obama bin Laden.
And you know what? You know what the
We
funny
didn't
thing is?
even think twice.
No, you would not have think twice. You would just be like, "Oh wow, that kid had." You know what? You put a lot of thought into that.
Like I
But no,
remember
yeah.
someone, and I remember, I think it was, remember Mrs. Ruley, who was the,
Oh yeah,
yeah, she
yeah.
was the
I
principal at
remember that.
Western.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she used to be our neighbor. They moved, but I remember her husband, like we were over at the Youses, like hanging out, and they lived like right across the street. And I remember him being like, I saw some guy dressed up with like just describe Paul's costume. Paul's like, because he didn't have it on at the time, he goes, oh yeah, that was me. He goes, what the hell are you doing? Like, I remember 9/11, like 9/11, like what the fuck is your deal, basically?
Oh yeah.
And just like it's like his parents, like God forbid he took the Lord's name in vain, but he can dress up as Obama bin Laden for Halloween. And
oh yeah. It's one of those things that
it's just, you look back now as you get older and you just scratch your head and you're like, what?
Oh yeah, like my parents, and Tommy was in 3rd or 4th grade, and the big thing was, when mom would go out of town or whatever, and dad would be in charge. Which, looking back, it was like, oh, this is just bound for something that the boys aren't supposed to do.
Yeah.
So it was movie night every night, and it would typically be a weekend, so we would all just hang out and stay in. It was Die Hard, Austin Powers, all these movies, Borat, stuff
Yeah.
that, kids who are 10 and 8 probably shouldn't be watching just
No.
yet. Dad's like, oh, you guys are fine if you're watching. Yeah, I think his idea of it is probably going to be with my kids, is that they're going to see it and they're going to hear it. I'd rather have them do it with me, type of thing. So looking back, it was probably, not the worst idea. They buy him. He goes to school in third grade as Austin Powers. And so you're sitting there thinking, you're like, some of these teachers had to look at my parents and be like, what are you thinking? What are you enticing when Tommy's there? Who are you? Austin Powers. All these kids go and watch Austin Powers in the movie, and just the message sent through those movies, just like, oh, probably shouldn't be in 3rd grade watching these movies if you can
Probably
pick up
not.
on it. Oh no, it's one of those things where we will cancel some things, but we won't. But Tommy said that to me. He was like, yeah, you know what we dress up as? We have our kids dress up as pirates. That's a real good one to model yourself off of. But heaven forbid if a 14-year-old kid, his favorite player is African American, he dresses up as an African American. He's 20 years from now, when somebody's looking at your stuff, be like, oh, you wore blackface. It's like, oh, what? But then again, you have the pirates. It's like, okay, where are we drawing the line here?
There's all kind, dude. Halloween is so just.
Oh, it's criminal. It's criminal. It should be a criminal day.
Halloween, what a time.
I did Halloween this year. Tommy dressed up as a hash slinging slasher, which was honestly, it was unbelievably good. And then I just went and bought one of those blow up things, and it had this guy's legs hanging over him, and I was just a party pooper.
I go as a tourist, so I can just wear a Hawaiian shirt and shorts because it's always 100 degrees still.
Oh, and you always get that's a good night for those street interviews for you too, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I only did Halloween once, and we didn't go to the right place, but I think I'm working on bringing the interviews back, but I'm going to be doing them for myself.
You should. Those, from what I always thought, those were by far the most. They were catchy because you just wanted to hear what some of these idiots had to say. And some of the stuff that comes out of their mouth, I'm sure you had to edit some of the stuff out too.
Oh yeah,
that was much worse.
Well, there were times like, when I would do these trips, and like, so this is how it would go. Like when I would go to Mexico, right? I'd go to Cabo, and literally for 3 or 4 hours, I would walk up and down the beach in the sun, just talking to people, and you always have to be on because I'm like interviewing them. It's like some level of performance and entertainment, right? So I'm doing that, and that takes a lot out of you. And then I have to basically go back, get like a 2 or 3 hour nap, get some margaritas in me, get some tacos in me.
Oh yeah. Just
fall asleep. And then I would go back out from like 10 to 2 a.m. and do it again. And that was my life for like 4 days in a row. So I'm just run down. Like there was one night where I'm just like, I do not want to go do this. So I tried to get as drunk as possible just to like have fun with it. I was just ripping tequila shots, could not get drunk. I was exhausted.
You're just, wired out. Haywire.
I was just out. Haywire Potoshik. I was out, man. And
speaking of a great TV show, I missed that.
I've been rewatching it.
Oh, the first season's unbelievable.
Unreal. So I'm so exhausted, and like there were times where people would say the craziest shit, and I still go back because I edit the videos and I pput them on TikTok and Instagram and stuff because I'm able to generate some revenue from it. You still get some brand deals, so I'm like, I might as well do this. And I'm like, I have no, even the night of, like, I would have no recollection. I became so numb to it, and times I was so run down. I'm like, I don't even realize the level of stupidity and craziness that was coming out of people's mouths. I was just like, yeah, man.
No, and you know what the best part about it is that, now I know kind of which videos you're talking about.
Yeah.
There were some times where it almost seemed like it was just a perfect reaction of you just being like, oh wow, where I looked at it like that. You're just like kind of hitting them with the nothing can phase me look, but you were just slobber knockered.
I was just dead. I was so tired. I was running on fumes. Yeah, sometimes I'm just gonna give a quick look to the camera and
just be like, the best is when they say something stupid, you just look at the camera and you just go, oh, every time you do that. Haley and I would sit on the couch sometimes eating dinner. It's just like, did they just say that? And your face is, did they just say that? It's like, oh my God.
You gotta channel my inner Jim from The Office a little bit there.
Oh yeah, it's perfect. It's what the people want. You got to give the people what they want.
Gotta give the people what they want, man. So I'm looking to bring those back and do them a little bit differently, make them more fun. And there's a ton of topics I never got to do that I've been kind of stashing up the past couple.
Oh yeah. Years, so is that did you just go to like Midtown and stuff like that? Is that where you'll head for some of those ones, or is it kind of all over?
Yeah,
Old Town. Sorry, not Midtown.
Yeah, we would go our home base, because it's just so close. It's 10 minutes from here. We would just go to Old Town, and it's. Have you been out to Old Town? Have you been out?
Yeah,
here?
I went down one time with Charlie. It was at a dark point in my life.
Yeah,
I don't remember much, but I know I ended up like Devil's Advocate and stuff like that, or
that's
in a few other places. But
so Old Town is perfect because it's all in one area. You don't have to take Ubers to the bars. It literally
you just walk back and forth.
It's just a little block party basically. So we would just stand in a spot where all the foot traffic would come through, and a lot of times, after I'd been doing it for a while, people just knew who I was or had done it before. So they would just like line up behind the camera. And like once one person was done, the next people would just come and talk to me. Next.
Oh yeah. But, it is something to be said when you see, like, there's people who don't want to walk in front of a camera during, let's say 4 p.m. and they just got off work, but you just put a little drop of liquor in them and it brings out the courage, and everybody would get in front of the camera.
There was people, like, there'd be girls that would just run up to me. I'd be like, I'd just get there and I'd be like filming the intro to the video. Like before everything got crazy, before we forgot, let's make sure we get the intro for the video and the outro. So that's taken care of.
Yeah. Right.
And as soon as that light flips on, like
it's like a stampede.
I would be like in the middle. There were girls that would just sometimes would run up to me. They'd put their arm around me. They'd be like, what are we talking about tonight? What is this?
Yeah.
They'd be like, what is this? Yeah. I want to do it. And I was like, let's fucking go, lady.
Yeah, you give the people what they want, man.
Give the people what they want. But my only rule that I made for myself, I will not say no. Everything is
no.
Everything is yes. The only thing I would say no, people are like, I don't wanna, because the microphone's really expensive. I would not let people hold the microphone.
No.
Run away with it or break it or something. That was the only thing I ever said no, but everything else was yes.
Yes, we can do that. Yeah, nice.
It's like, hey, I think it'd be funny at the end if I punched you in the face. Okay.
All right,
let's
all
do
right.
it.
Why not? Why not? Rip it.
Why not? Do it. Hit me. But
I feel like that's something too, and it's one of those few professions where being in the what I would say the right state of mind might not always be sober too. It's one of those things. The entertainment profession. It's one of those things too. I bet there's obviously a fine line between being too, lubricated, but there's
yeah.
because it's got to be difficult. I don't care who you are for a long time to get in front of a camera and not have the stutters and not have I know what I want to say, but I'm excited to do it. And every human gets like that. But I've even noticed myself too. Well, I'm in front of people and stuff, and I get a little bit of alcohol in me, not too much because then it gets
Yeah.
out of control. But it can kill those jitters at times, where it's just like, all right,
Yeah.
let's do this, let's get it.
I would have
roll.
I would have definitely, I think, benefited from it more when I first started. But after I had done it for a while, like just under a year, I think the first time I went on spring break, which was in March of 2019, and I had been doing it since October of 2018. So however, like 7-8 months or whatever that is, 6 months. It wasn't until then that I start to feel more comfortable. So I think there for a while, I could have used some swing juice.
Oh yeah, swing juice is a real thing.
But once I got going, I didn't need it. But I definitely would have liked to experience. I never did any of them drunk. I was never drunk for any of them. No, there have been times where I had drank.
Oh, so you're like you weren't. I get what you're saying.
I never even really had a buzz. I never even did them with a buzz. Yeah. But I would like to experiment though.
Right. Oh yeah. But once again, and it's also just from an optics point of view because booze drops all of our faces and you can tell. You can tell right away. But but then again, if you have just let's say a couple shots before just to kill, because there is a fine line. But once you just kind of have that, okay, let's just kill the nerve or the all this.
Yeah.
But especially now, you've got so much experience under your belt. You've been in front of the white light a lot, and it's like, okay, whatever, let's do this again.
It was never a thing. I could just flip it on and off, and that was nice to get to that place.
Now, did you have a cameraman, or were you on like a tripod, like a stage?
No, I had a camera guy that had a monopod, which obviously you have to hold because it's just one leg there. Lieutenant Dan, but
you ain't got no legs, you Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah, but you need that because you're in such a busy area, and if I set it up by myself, it would get stolen or knocked
trampled
down.
Oh yeah, it'd get trampled
immediately. So you need a camera guy or a camera woman, camera person, camera them, but
oh no. But so where are you working at now? What company are you for now?
I don't work for a company, so
you're doing all freelance now.
All that stuff is on me. My agent helps me get stuff. They're the ones that help me get my sponsor. They're doing like I don't know if you've seen my Instagram, but like they send me a bunch of product.
I see your Instagram.
I do my stupid pictures, awesome, fun pictures with them. And then they're also podcast sponsor.
Right. Yeah, no, it's whatever pays the bills in this life.
Yeah, whatever pays the bill. So I do that. And then I drive. So I get up early in the morning, drive Uber. That's like my main.
Is that for working professionals? Do you get a lot, or do you get a lot of, oh shit, it's the morning after type people, or do you get a little bit of both?
You get all kinds of stuff. I've done almost 4,000 trips. So I've picked up anybody.
What are you sitting on? What are you sitting on stars wise?
498.
Oh, so somebody dogged you though.
Well, here's what I think has happened a couple times. There's been people. I very rarely drive during the peak drunk hours on Friday and Saturday night when people are coming home from the bar. There's been a couple times where I've shown up to pick up people and they've been too drunk and I'll turn them away because it's not worth it. I'm like, I'm sorry, you're too hammered.
Not doing it. And they'll hit you with the 1 star.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's what I think that has happened. Because I can see
you're sitting on a solid ratio. And doesn't that make you don't you get the better your rating? Does it give you a better chance to get better riders too? Is that how that works? Is it one
I'm
for
not
one?
sure exactly. I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure exactly, but it definitely helps. Like, it is obviously advantageous to have a better rating. So, but
Oh yeah.
honestly, I love it because it gives me the freedom of my schedule. I'm able to pay the bills, but also anytime I get so many wild stories that,
Oh, and it's the best networking event you could ever do.
yeah, I
Like
picked up all
talking
kinds of
about
people.
like your when you had that one girl on who did the porn. You would
Yeah,
have never had that opportunity
no. And
if that if it
we made a nice little connection over a 15-minute trip. And she
right.
liked me enough to, hey, like, yeah, DM me anytime.
Right. It's one of those things too. You don't know. It's just the ripple effect of life. For instance, if Charlie Keller never moves to Columbus or back to Mansfield, Ohio, and becomes friends with all of us, you never go to Arizona State. Probably you
No,
might have. You never know.
never
But
know, but
it kind
probably
of got your
not.
foot through the door because you saw he was enjoying it and you wanted to get away. Who knows where you would have ended up, and who knows if you would have been doing this. The ripple effect of life is a
Yeah.
serious thing.
Well, I was listening to this. So I've been watching the Showtime, or the HBO Winning Time, the
Yeah.
Lakers
Hmm.
show, and going back to the mind, like you were talking about, and just this ripple effect. So John C. Riley's character, who's playing Dr. Bus, talked
But
about,
yep.
right, how, way back, BC time, when they came up with like how long a mile is, right? And they kind of determined that it's just impossible to run under a 4-minute mile.
Right.
And then someone did it. They broke through. And guess what? And it took all of those years, hundreds and hundreds, thousands of years, for someone to run under a 4-minute mile. And guess what? After the first person did it, guess how
The
much
next
time?
person did it.
Within 50 days. It was like 46 days.
Yeah. So
I would have never thought about Arizona State, but I see Charlie, who I'm friends with, who I have similar interests and things like that. He goes out there, and then that makes me believe, oh, he's doing it. He did it. And now maybe that's something I can do because I hear about this and I can see, oh, now that I'm looking at the school, not only is it cool and it's Arizona, it's a different place, but I'm like,
Right.
oh, this would actually be a real option for me because there's these opportunities and there's this program and this school. So you're 100% right. 1,000%. And it's crazy when you look at those things, how you can backtrack. It's just like, oh my God, can you imagine? Like, how lucky am I that happened and things worked the way that it did?
The whole, this is a little philosophical, but the whole idea of us even being here because I've had these thoughts before. It's
Oh yeah.
the odds are okay. The odds of us sitting here, the people we are, is 1 to whatever, and then you take, okay, what are the odds that you and you grow up with Tommy and I happen to know you?
Right. Or the fact that we both have first period off.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
when you start
that's
taking
where we
like
got close. We always knew
yeah.
each other, and like
we
we
knew
would
each
have
other,
had
and then we were
basketball.
together every day for an hour every morning for a year and a half straight, basically.
And then basketball.
Oh,
on
it's
top of
one
that.
of those
Yeah.
things. It's just it doesn't make sense. Life doesn't make sense when you look at it at a mathematical equation of just how everything adds up. It doesn't make a lick of sense.
It's fucking nuts.
Ugh. Jeez, it's one of those things. I don't. I try to stay away from it because your brain can go down a rabbit hole where
Oh my
you'll
God.
be sitting at work and you'll be thinking about things, and it's an hour later and you're like, what have I been doing? It's
Yeah.
just like, oh, you're thinking about dumb shit again.
Yeah. Jesus. So hey, we gonna hit you still out at Westbrook? We gonna play some golf? I will be
we'll play some
home
golf.
the 15th through the 6th, June 15th through the July 6th.
Oh, that's a nice little extended vacation for you.
Yeah, I was able to make it work. So I got the like I said, Florida trip to see my brother coming up, and then I get to come home like another.
That'll be nice. Your mom and dad will like that too.
I always try to do it.
Right. Teresa's she's a boy mom. That's at number one. She's a mom number one. She'll love to see that. Because I know that's how my parents feel when Andy comes home from New York. You don't see him for a while, and it's like, oh, nice. Andrew will get a lot of home cooked meals and stuff like that.
Need it.
Maybe a little Rancho Fiesta in your life. That's just what you.
I go to Rancho every time I'm home.
You have to.
Oh, we we call them up pink motherfuckers because.
Oh yeah.
So when we were there the last time we went, or not the last time we went. It was me, Austin, Hester, and Zahn.
Oh yeah.
And we went in August, and like someone was bringing a tray to a table of like in the
Pink
big
drinks.
jumbo glasses, the strawberry daiquiris. And Zahn, he's stupid. He doesn't know how to sign his own checks, and he's just like, whoa, what are those? What are those pink motherfuckers? so now we call them like, hey, we go to Ranch. So we made it now, and also a New Year's Eve, we go to Rancho and get pink motherfuckers. So that's what we,
Just
that's
to
what we
start
do.
it off, to get the baseline.
Get the
that
baseline going.
Little queso in your gut, and you basically turn into Iron Man.
Yeah, we get some chimichangas and some queso going, and
chimichangas, Mexico, Chinese food, China. Pizza, Italy. Well, alrighty, buddy. Thank you for having me on here. I hope you have enough shit to work with. If not, we can always add more.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna have this might be about a 6-parter. When I
the two-part trilogy.
It's gonna be like The Hobbit in here. I'm gonna be creating universes. This will be great. I'm glad I did a long one like this with Masons on, where we just talked about a bunch of stuff, but we really talked about nothing.
Yeah, and it's sometimes nice to do that.
It is. We have some funny stuff in there, but we have some good stuff. But it was great because times when I'm home alone, or out of town, and I just have all those in the bank. So it's like, okay, I'm taking a few weeks off. I have stuff to post, so I don't.
I have stuff to work with. Oh yeah, without a doubt.
So that's nice.
Well, I look forward to seeing you, my man. It's been too long. I think the last time I saw you was when we all went to Tito's, if I'm not mistaken.
Where?
You didn't go to Tito's with us, did you?
No,
your mom met up with us. That's right. It was me, Charlie, and Tommy.
Oh, the new Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, down where ABC used to be.
So I don't even know if I may not have been around.
No, I don't even. You weren't even in the state. You were in Arizona then. So
yeah. I think the last time I saw you, I may have seen you in passing, like at Westbrook, like you were wrapping up, and I was.
That's what it was. That's what it.
I think that's the last time I saw you. You're there dropping off your clubs, and I'm grabbing a towel and a few extra teas.
Yeah, pussy. That's how you know. Yeah, pussy.
Like, how's the 7-iron? 7-iron's good.
It's good. Alrighty, my man. Well, I look forward to seeing. We'll just let me know when you're in town, and we'll meet up, because I'm always.
Let's hit Rancho and a round or two of golf, because I'm literally doing nothing when I'm home. Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out and gonna go up to the lake around July 4th. And
will your brother be home too?
Not sure yet. He's not sure exactly what his summer ball situation is, whether he's going to play summer ball or he's just going to train all summer. Okay. But if he doesn't have summer ball, he'll be around, and you'll see him out at Westbrook, I'm sure.
Out at the dirty Westbrook. Dude, it's unbelievable what's going on out there right now.
I can't.
Unbelievable.
So I saw a bunch of construction kind of happening, and then I got a glimpse of when I was home last summer. I don't know if the new dining area had been open yet, but
the new dining area is open, but everything. So when you're standing on the putting green, to the left is demolished.
Right.
They don't have the pro shop. The pro shop is currently, I shit you not, a double wide trailer up at the top parking lot.
Yep.
There's just a big crater in the earth.
And the pool looks amazing.
Oh, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought this was America. Yeah.
might have to bring some outside bevies in.
Oh, yeah. I'm not paying top liquor prices. I don't feel like having that conversation with Dad. $200 at the pool.
Like, Dad, it's 3 drinks.
Dad, yeah. Liquor's calling the shots. What, like 320s?
Yeah.
All righty, my man. We'll catch you later.
All right. Appreciate you, Matty. I'll talk to you soon, man.
Yep. We'll catch you later.
All right. See you, buddy.